Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to another Passover Listings Pesach program interview coming up with a Pesach program in Thessaloniki, Greece. So say that 5 times fast. So Thessaloniki, Greece at the Cronwell Platamon Resort. If you are still looking for Pesach plans, again, you can always reach out to us to help you find the program that meets your needs. But today we're going to have a special guest join us and talk about their Pesach program in Greece. So just hang tight for just a minute as we get that person on the line over here. While you're joining, I'd love to, feel free to put in any of the comments. If you have questions about different programs at all, feel free, and we'd be happy to help you find the program. Okay, so we're just waiting for someone to join us. I hope everyone's 5 weeks left till Pesach. So this is super exciting. I'm sure everyone's getting their plans together. Whether they're going to Europe, or they're going to Mexico, or they're going to staying in the United States. This is really exciting stuff coming up. A lot of programs, over 100 Pesach programs this year, in very exotic new destinations, and a lot of destinations in the same place. So let us know where you're going and how it is. Yeah, you can definitely post reviews on our Facebook group, Passover Program Reviews, and you can post reviews on our website as well, PassoverListings.com. We are just waiting for someone, so just hang tight, and we will get them on the bridge. I think here we go. There we go. Okay. Hello, Ari. There we go.
I'm here.
Good. Nice of you to join. All right, so guys, yes, I'm going to introduce Ari Black here from Luxury Pesach in Greece. It's a Chabad-style program in Thessaloniki, Greece. This Pesach program, it's at the Cronwell Platamon Resort in Thessaloniki. So we're going to kind of dive into really what everyone wants to know, Ari. I mean, we're going to get into what the crowd is like, what the pricing is, how long have you guys been around for, get entertainment, the programming, all the nuts and bolts in 10 minutes. Very quick. Thanks for jumping on, guys. And then we're going to get all your questions answered. We'll also provide links and how you can contact them if you're interested. So hang tight. What's nice about live videos, which I love, guys, for those of you who are joining, if you have any questions while you're hearing the interview, feel free to just comment below, and we'll get those questions answered. So feel free, don't hesitate, and we'll go from there. So Ari, thank you so much for jumping on and joining Passover Listings.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
Perfect. So why don't you, before we dive into the specifics, why don't you just tell a little, tell the folks here and myself, right, how long have you guys been running this Pesach program? Is this your first year in Greece? And maybe a little bit of background about the parties involved. So
for me personally, it's been my second. This is my second year involved. The rest of the team, they have been involved for numerous years beforehand. I don't know the exact number myself, but judging from the first year, which my last year being part of the team, they had a pretty good understanding, and it looked like they had some good experience with what they were doing, managing it and being on top of everything.
Yeah.
And judging from the guests, how happy they were. I mean, everyone was, the atmosphere was incredible.
That's great.
It was unreal atmosphere. So that speaks for itself in my mind.
Great. Yeah, yeah. And I know that a lot of the parties involved, like Henry Littman, he's done programs for many years, I believe, in
Over 30
Portugal.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it looks like you got a really solid team around this program in Greece. So that's really, really nice. And looking at the pictures, we'll get into the amenities and what the hotel offers in a minute. But let's just get down to brass tacks, what people want to know, right? Price. Everyone wants to know about the price. So two adults, let's kind of make it apples to apples. Two adults
Yeah.
in one standard room for 10 days, not including Shabbat after. What's the cost for that?
So per night for two adults in a standard room is 399 euros. That's the price per night.
And that
so
food and
that includes everything. It's fully inclusive of everything. Food, the whole program. It even includes, we will be having a shuttle from the airport at certain times to be confirmed closer to the time. So yeah, that's dependent on, when everyone's coming, certain times when the planes land. And it includes everything.
Just to make sure, right? So $400 a night, 10 nights, so 10 days, right? 9 nights, right? So we're talking close to 4,000 euro entire Pesach in Greece, and that includes the hotel, the food, the entertainment, the shuttle, right, and everything the hotel has to offer.
Everything.
Okay.
Yes. There is an option as well, because this year the Pesach finishes on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
So there is an option, and a lot of people are doing this. Actually, most people that are booking are doing this to stay till Sunday.
Right. So they just pay the $99 per.
It's an extra 2 days. We did have an offer on the first couple of weeks where we gave, if someone did 12 days, we gave them 1 day free. So they'd be paying for the 11 days.
Oh, very.
We still do have a sort of an offer like that. If the full payment's made up front, then we do have a certain offer like that we can give them 11 nights instead of the 12. We give them one night free.
I mean, listen, that's a great price.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right. So that's really nice. And talk about so the reason why you do it by night, is it because if people want to stay for the first days, they can stay for the first days, and if they want to stay for the second day, you have.
We price it based on the nights, because we do have a few families that are only coming, let's say, from Chol Hamoed. They're coming from the Sunday, and therefore they'll only be there for around 7. I think it's 7 nights. So for them, that'll be their price. I think the minimal amount is 7 nights that a family can stay.
Got it.
That we do.
All right. So talk about the price. We talked about really how long you guys been around for. Let's talk about the crowd, right? So what crowd are you guys expecting there this year? And how many people? Yeah.
Okay. So we are expecting between 300 and 400 people. Okay.
Yeah.
Last year, I think there was about 250, between 250 and 300. It was on the smaller side, which in a way, it's actually very nice in a way, because that means there's more space and there's less, pushing and when it comes to food and buffets and stuff like that, it's better. The smaller the crowd, the easier it is to control, like anything. I'm just judging from last year. The crowd, you're looking at, it was quite a mix. You had because it's a Chabad program, so it's run by Chabad, the Hechsher is Chabad, but because given the nature of Chabad is quite accepting and very open, it's not strictly for Chabad, it's for everybody.
Okay.
So it happens to be a lot of the crowds was Chabad crowds from Israel, from the US. You had quite a few families from the US. We had from France. We had from Australia, Canada, UK. There was a number of families from the UK, from my country where I'm from. It was quite a mix.
You got a lot of people from all different countries, but would you say that in prior years, or even this year, since the folks that are coming already, is it mostly Chabad type people, or is it a mixture of Chabad, modern Orthodox, right? All walks of life, would you say, this coming year?
I would say that, judging from last year, it's definitely going to be a majority of Chabad affiliated families.
Okay, very nice.
So that would be. But there are families that are not Chabad, but they're coming, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously.
Yeah.
But when you say Chabad, it's quite broad because you get very modern and cool Chabad,
right.
And then you also get quite from Chabad, like in any sect. You know, you have the so that's what we have, a mix within that as well.
All right, so let's shift gears to the actual program itself, right? So let's talk about before we get into the excursions you offer and all the niceties there, let's talk about the actual hotel. The hotel looks beautiful, by the way. So talk about maybe some of the amenities at the hotel. Talk about how you're dealing with the food and who's catering, and what the hotel actually has to offer. I see there's a lot of water sports. There's a water park for the kids. There's a beautiful pool. Yeah. It's on the beach. Is there an indoor and outdoor pool at this property?
Yeah. So there are indoor pools. We have outdoor pools, a number of outdoor pools. There are water sports. There's a whole water park for the kids. If you come onto the beach, the resort is right by the beach.
Wow.
So it's literally not even, half a minute, obviously when you come out, then there's all the pools. Then literally just behind there's the beach.
Wow.
If you go down the beach, you can actually Google Maps it. You go down the beach, literally not even less than a minute walk. There's a bay where you have like a little hut, and they have all the water sports there, where you have boating, jet skiing, banana boating to rent.
Is that included in the price, or is that something?
No. So it's a separate thing because it's a privately owned thing, but it's within the complex.
Okay.
We do have things which are obviously included on the grounds in the resort. That resort, so obviously you've got all the pools, you've got all the spas, and everything that's all included. The indoor, the outdoor. You have a big tennis court. You have football grounds. There are hikes and stuff that people can take. That's goes without saying. There's jacuzzis. There's also a kids club, a very nice kids club, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh, wow.
That is all included in the price. We have designated people that will look after the children.
What's the weather like at this time of year in Thessaloniki, Greece?
So I think every year depends. It's not boiling hot. I have to say that. But at the same time, it's not cold. It's I would say it's very warm, but it can get just to warm. It depends on the day and depends on the year. Like last year, for example, we had some of the days it was really nice weather, blue sky. It was hot, no need for any jumpers or coats or anything. It was short sleeve weather.
Yeah.
And there were also some days that I wouldn't say they were the hottest. It always depends. It varies because it's not summer yet. It's not summer, but it's also not winter. It's April, and it's also Greece. You're not. It's not Iceland or something. So it's
a little bit about the excursions, right? People go to Europe a lot, especially from the States, to kind of really have a little bit of an adventure, right? You mentioned some hiking, right? What's to do around the Thessaloniki area, right? If someone wanted to get out during a couple of days in Chol HaMoed, what would they do? Where would they go close to the hotel? Not too far of a trek.
So the hotel, inside the actual hotel, we have a tourist, like by the desk. We'll have flyers there that even during the year, when normally when the guests, non-Jewish people come during the year, they normally get a full briefing of what there is to do around the area. There is a big mountain nearby, not so far away, where there are hikes. There are obviously, as I said, the water sports, etc. There is Saloniki is an hour and a half away by car, between an hour and a half, depends how fast you drive. And then in Saloniki, there's loads of stuff to do. It's like a little city. There are beautiful mountains and valleys, stunning, the absolutely beautiful, and there are waterfalls as well.
Oh, wow.
Waterfalls, valleys, boating, and mountain treks to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the gist of it. Besides that, actual Saloniki itself has museums and things like any
Right.
town would have, and it has a dock, a nice port, has a beautiful port. They have, yeah, it's very, very nice.
Good. So let's get into kind of one of the last things we'll talk about would be the programming, right? The entertainment, right? Who's coming? You know, talk about maybe some of the scholars in residence. So you're having some entertainers coming throughout Pesach. Who's speaking? Who are some of the rabbis coming? Maybe talk a little bit about some of the programming and the speakers. Are you? We may have lost you over there. Hello, hello. Ari, are you?
Hello, hello,
There
hello.
we go. Yeah, you're back. You're
Yes,
back. So I was just talking,
yes, I'm back. I'm back.
programming and entertainment. Why don't we dive in there a little
Yeah,
bit?
okay. So entertainment, we have entertainers for children. Okay, like for example, last year we had a guy from Israel who was like a magician, full time there for the kids. Did shows throughout the day, throughout the time. Even did shows for adults as well.
Mm-hmm.
We last time we actually had a lady called Chaya Kagan. She's a famous Israeli Jewish singer.
Yeah.
She sings with Brocha Jaffe and all that. She sang with the women. You know, the women had their own entertainment as well.
Right.
This time we have a chazan called Beryl from Israel. He's a very famous chazan. He's got he's got a beautiful voice.
Mm-hmm.
So he will be davening and he'll be singing.
Is Beryl Zucker?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Beryl Zucker.
Yeah.
We also have children entertainers, and we also have adult entertainers as well.
Got it.
That
So,
will be, yeah.
who are some of the adult entertainers, or what type of adult entertainment are you going to have on the program?
So there'll be the singers,
Mm-hmm.
Beryl Zucker.
Mm-hmm.
You'll also have entertainment such as magician entertainment.
Okay, good.
For the adults. I don't know exactly because it's still to be finalized. The team are still trying to bring in. It also depends on the crowd as well. They want to try and bring in more people.
Yeah.
So they want to adapt and make it nicer depending on the crowds to bring in more people.
A lot of programs that in way to kind of fund that. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I think the last thing here, which we'll kind of finalize on, is is there anything that you want to add for people just finding a program like yours in Greece that you want them to know of that may not be readily available online, whether it be on the website or on our Passover listings? If people are looking for programs in Europe or in Greece, what are a couple things that you may want to convey to them about your program that's not just in the fine print per se?
Okay, so I would say the pluses where our program would stand out, the reason why I would book our program, and also judging from the people that last year that came along, and I have actually spoken to them again in recent months whenever I bump into them or speak to them, because I keep in touch with these people, and they say, and they've been on many programs throughout the world, and they have said that our program stands out in two specific areas where they feel that it's got something that they haven't seen anywhere else. So number one was the crowd. They felt that the crowd, they went to other programs, and because obviously Pesach programs are very expensive, not everyone can afford these things. It's normally meant for people that are not so, that are quite affluent or that have spare money. And when you're talking about, such these types of people and types of programs, people like to flash the cash a bit, so there's a bit of a pressure, I would say. Judging, this is what people have been telling me, there's a pressure to dress up the kids, to dress up nicely. Every night has to be a different outfit, and there's a lot of pressure. Our program, even though obviously it costs and people do have to have money for it, but because of the types of families that are coming on it, where they have kids, a lot of them, and a lot of families are Israeli or American, and they are a lot Chabad affiliated, there isn't that atmosphere so much that it's quite family friendly and nice, and there isn't that pressure. We didn't feel that pressure in any way to perform or to be on show or anything. It was just everybody felt comfortable and everybody was just very nice and friendly towards each other. There was no one's heads were in the clouds type of thing.
Good.
That's number one. A second one, very quickly, and by the way, that's quite nice, because when you go away, you don't want to be under pressure. You want to just enjoy and be
absolutely
relax, be who you want to be, without feeling the pressure. You might as well just stay at home for that price. So point number two was also because the kashruts, I've heard last year there were many hotels that had problems when it came, because it's very hard to kasher the kitchens, to be on top of the staff, to make sure that nobody makes anything treif, Pesach especially, because it's very, very strict. And there were many programs that, slipped in many ways. This is what I've been hearing, people that went on other programs. But ours, because we are very, very strict, and it is under the Lubavitch Shchita and the Hashgacha, we go over and above, and we make sure that everything is, so people can be rest assured they're coming and they're not going to eat chometz in any shape or form. Gotcha. Which is for a lot of people a priority. They want to make sure they're coming, and they it's going to be Pesach spiritually and physically as well.
Very nice.
That's
okay. No,
yeah, in that
that's definitely great. So again, if anyone wants to contact them, you can get a hold of them on PassoverListings.com. They are called Luxury Pesach in Thessaloniki, Greece, the Chabad program. You can also, is there another way that they can contact you as well outside that, I believe?
They can stop. I'm happy for people to take my number. If they want, they can WhatsApp me. I can give them prices and links on the go whenever they want, as long as I'm not sleeping.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll provide your number in after this. And again, thank you guys. Thank you so much, Ari, for jumping on. I think this is really good information across the entire program and what you guys offer. And wish you much success. And again, enjoy Greece this year. And we'll talk soon.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All the best.
Have a good one. Bye. All the best. Bye-bye. Bye.